Guys, what's up? It's Medic. I'm here at the shop, and my friends, we have done it. 8 years on YouTube. Can you imagine? I never had any idea that I would have been here with you guys after all this time, still enjoying a fantastic hobby and exploring this on my own RC adventure. In fact, that's what RC Adventures has always been about, was my own personal experience going on my RC adventures. And I've always tried to inspire you guys to get outside and to have your own. Now, after all this time, I'm still coming up with new ideas and things that I want to do. Of course, and YouTube is always changing. The platform's changing. I'm changing. You guys first met me and my girlfriend back in the day, Jem, and now you see my wife and my son. So we've come a long way together, and if you guys have been with me all these years, then you know we started in a single loft apartment. There wasn't even a bedroom. It was a loft apartment, and I did my very first show, episode number 1. You guys can still see it today, with a little point and shoot Sure Shot camera. I think it had a 20 meg card on it that you could take 2-minute videos, and I just linked them together. You know, things have changed over the time, and with all of us changing, of course, so do our tastes and our idea of what fun is. And that's why you've seen me go through so many different RC vehicles. A lot of people say that recently my show is always about pushing product. Now, I'd like to address that and say that, you know, if you guys like the products that are in my show, awesome, go out and investigate them. Often I will leave links to them in the video description box or information about them to better assist you guys, because I know what the questions are that come in after all this time. I've never been paid from posting links like that in my video description box. I don't have any kind of return on those links. I've always tried to keep the show pure and about, you know, about the hobby itself. And the reason why I even have this ranch was dedicated to building the show for you guys and having a controlled environment where I could actually make noise with big RCs, fly drones, and do all these different kinds of cool shots, build race tracks, have a RC skid steer, you know, the whole thing, and not really be restricted or be disrespecting my neighbors or other community members. So there are reasons the show is why it is. And after all this time, I've done a really good job exploring what the hobby has to offer, and I still love it. So today I would like to say to you, my friends, we're going to go over some of my RC products. I'll try to give you a little bit of background on what it is and where I got it, and maybe if you guys have questions about these RCs in this segment, then I can answer them in the video comment section to the best of my ability. There's a lot of comments out there and a lot of videos that I've done, so shall we get started? Okay, up here, let's have a look. I could start up here, because up here at the shop is where I keep my boats and such, and then it kind of goes into the airplanes. Now, I don't do a lot of airplane videos, and the reason for that is it takes a team, and often I'm on my own doing these videos, unless I'm lucky and have Jem, my wife, or my buddy Everett, or some people out to give me a hand. That's always a bonus, but it's kind of tough to do, and I enjoy flying as a free feeling, not to be in front of a camera. Now, here we go. This is the Jogged Panther. This is a Tigan tank, or Tigan, depending on however you say it. Also on this side, an M41 Bulldog. This is also a Tigan tank. Now, in the middle is from Spiker Workshops. This is my buddy Ryan Spiker that actually 3D printed this entire functional tank. Now, I did have a problem with the Clark board that came in. I do have a new one that I'm going to put in, which is the control board that goes in it. But, you know, from a work standpoint, I just haven't got there yet. There's so many. Up here, I've got 2 of my Traxxas Revos. These are the only E-Revos that I have. They're brushless. 2? Why don't you give me one? And I've done giveaways in the past, and I give things to people when I meet them all the time. I just don't send out a lot of my stuff to strangers on the internet. It has caused problems before. Like I said, I've been around a long time. But these Revos are a blast. I always use different cars like this to try to entertain everybody that's out there, do some high flying action. These two Revos were sent to me by Traxxas. It's the first time I ever got a shipment from them, was just like a few months ago, and I was very lucky to get these because they just wanted me to have fun with them. This was a Traxxas Slash I purchased years ago, and it's been parted out, but you can see that there's still some aluminum parts on it. Many skeletons laying around here, especially when I've had to fix things. Now, moving right along, look over here. Dun, 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 dun. This is the axial bomber I used at RTTC this year, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I did blow the ESC on it in the mud pit, but it did so well. Like, this has the AE5 in it. I replaced it. It had a 20 turn brushed in there. I replaced it. Definitely a good rig. These are rock outcroppers, I believe. Yeah, from RC 4-wheel drive. Can't really get these anymore. Same with these. I believe they're Vanquish hubs there. Does have a waterproof servo. This is one that I traded for my friend Bill. Bill had one just like this, and I decided to trade off my old Phantom, because I do have a Phantom 4 right there to help me with aerial shots. Traded off the Phantom 3 as well as an FPV setup and blah, 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 blah. And then I replated it with some aluminum that we had here, and these are stadium truck tires. They are the Mashers. Also, one too many RCs, light buckets run by my friend Luke, and also a U4 bar on the back. Everybody knows and loves Pinky. She's had some major upgrades over the years. She's running a dual motor 27 brushed as well. She does have a BEC inside this sealed aluminum case from, what are they? Can't remember. Leading Edge. That's who it is. Leading Edge made that. As well as an RC Rock Armor bumper, and I believe those are Boom Racing axles. These are old Vanquish rims. You can't get the pink anymore. Up here, apart from the Phantom 4, here is my Kyosho setup. These are my Blizzards. This is a stock one that I bought last year. I did buy this from a local hobby store called Action Hobby. I run it on a 2S LiPo with the normal plastic tracks. It's lots of fun in the snow. Here is my updated one, the aluminum tracked. This is only not updated version of this. This is actually the updated version of this, but the upgraded one, aluminum tracks. It is set up for the snowblower on the front, though I have a whole new snowblower set up for it. I'm not running the 540 motors, unfortunately, yet. There are some major upgrades that these have that I don't have yet, but it's still a great machine. Let's see, here is the blue body of my Trail Finder 2. One of them, at least. You guys saw me pull the Judge with that. There is a Losi micro crawler that my son likes to toy around with, and this is actually one of the vehicles that I made that new hunting quad out of. Over here, Charlie, if you're watching, thank you for the donation. I still have it after all these years. I believe 5 years ago you sent this into the RCSparks Studio. We did quite a few jobs with that, quite a few videos. It is the Tamiya Unimog that he did. It was very, very nice. Here is the one of the trucks that I actually purchased on eBay from a seller named Odyssey. They sell a lot of trucks on eBay. I bought this when they were just starting out. It's a nice custom ride, made from Tamiya as well. Here is the trailer that I bought with the chrome truck, if you guys remember. The chrome truck is an extended chassis. I also bought this from Odyssey. I believe Canadian to get it to my door was like $1,200, quite a bit. But I also had these aluminum pieces, both of the tanks and the headache rack that I had already purchased for HD Overkill. Overkill is not here. I keep them and him and other trucks in the RCSparks Studio vault. Here is one of the bodies that was pre-painted that I purchased from Action Hobby here in town, just to kind of help out and support a fellow hobbyist that was in the painting game and still is. I think it's a beautiful car for Jem if she ever wanted to try drifting. Here is a sawback that I also bought at Action Hobby back in the day. Not at PM Hobbycraft, but this was at Action Hobby. And I had one of my friends, Colin, I believe, put it together for me because I was working on a different project at the time. I love the sawback being the Jeep that it is. The trailer is being, I bought this on eBay. It is an RC four-wheel drive distributed product, but I did get it on eBay. I painted it. And here is the brother of the sawback. This is the G-Made Komodo. HRP Distribution sent this out to me to show off the RTR version of this. It was actually the kit version of it, pardon me. They had already had it put together for me, except I did a lot of the upgrades later. But the thing that I liked about this truck was all the accessories, including the snorkel, the roof rack, the bumper, everything already came with it. Same with these tires and these rims. The shocks I upgraded, the motor and stuff I upgraded, same with the servo. So there you go, there's that shelf. On the bottom here, you guys may remember, I don't know if you do or not, World Championship or World Rally Championship video I did in the winter. It was with my Kyosho DR8. I can't remember now, it's been so long. Also, this was a video I did with my Team Associated car. Unfortunately, their rally car didn't hold up to any water at all, and after the first use, most of all the bearings and everything seized right up. So I did keep my Kyosho though. This is a Tamiya high lift. This is the Ford F350. I also purchased this on eBay. You guys must be wondering how the heck I purchased all these. And really, the money that I made and make from this show, I've always reinvested it into new products that I thought were cool to show off, right? To go out and have fun with and to grow my collection. That's how anybody would do it. So this one here, it was already pre-painted. This was also by Odyssey in the day when he was growing his business online. I thought it was a wonderful find, but people don't like this giant pumpkin housing in the front. Either do I. It kind of hangs the truck up all the time, but the multifunction control unit has a sound module in it. It controls the lights, does a whole bunch of different outputs, and this is one of my favorite trucks. I do like this. I just don't use it often enough. Dun, 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 dun. This is my stall bulldozer. The guts hanging out here, my bad, sorry about that. This stall bulldozer is a wonderful work of art. The top is just taken off right now and it's just not set on there quite properly, but I'm having problems with the hydraulics where I can get the shovel to come up, but I can't have it come back down. I've tried to reprogram everything. I actually think it's a hardware related issue, but because I don't know enough about the controller that's in here for the hydraulics, I'm stuck and I've been sidetracked by other shows that I've been doing. But this will be coming back. This is one of my favorite RCs right here. Over here is one of my first triple axle trucks. This is the Beast from RC four-wheel drive. This is, what can I say about this? It's been in many shows with me. This is the flat deck trailer from the Tamiya Semi trailer that you can have or that you can get out there, as well as the front cab of a dump truck of an old Toyo or off an old Tonka truck. So with the tires came with it, same. You guys kind of noticed that I use waterproof servos throughout my vehicles, and that's because they spend a lot of time in the water, usually. Behind it, this was another nice find I found on eBay. It was just a random truck, but it was for followers of the show, you guys know I had a truck just like this one, except it was a Super Crew cab and the same appearance package. This has extended rails on a Tamiya Unimog chassis. That green one right there has some extended frame rails here and an aftermarket hard body that you can find online today if you are still looking for it. I just can't remember what it's called. So altogether, this made a great memory truck for me. This is my HPI Savage Flux XS. This is a white Ford Raptor you guys have seen me use. It's very fast, lots of fun. It's like a mini monster truck. Here we go. This is my friend Chuck. He traded me for a Trailfinder 2 new kit and a bunch of other goodies to go with it because he's doing a scale build right now. And this is the one that has an animated driver. It's got green lights as an underglow as well. It's quite an awesome package. I did a great video on it a few weeks ago. I think you guys will like it if you haven't seen it. Also, this was a find. The guy that built this was an artist, and he basically hand built this whole body. Now I took it out and I used it, and it's got a few cracks in it. So right now what I'm going to do is take this body and coming up, and I'm going to fill it full of fiberglass and just make sure that all the cracks and stuff that started to appear on it are taken care of. I did add the stripes. If you don't like it, it wasn't the guy that did it, but I love it and it's mine. This is a good truck. I like it. Dun, 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 dun. Look at this, the Black Widow, my friends. Oh, so many of you have said to me, where is the Black Widow? And he has done his time. You know, this is a high output machine built in collaboration with my good friend David Jr. He actually put this together. The body panels were his idea. I just happened to get all the parts together and say what I wanted, but he was the one that built that front bumper. That's why he put on the front MEPIC, because it was medic and the whole thing was epic. So this is still in good form, don't worry, just it is getting a little bit on in age. Here we go. This was a kit that was given to me by Horizon Hobby. They asked me to build it for you guys online on the show to show you that the new Vitara had actually been launched. This is actually still one of my favorite scale trucks. It's a 1/10 scale truck. You'll see my hand is, you know, well, I can show you my iPhone. So people always say, use your iPhone so we can see how big it is, right? So that's a pretty big truck. All of these trucks are. You know, this one's a little bit on the smaller side and so is this one, but most of these big trucks are beefy. This one has an S1 sound kit in it, King shocks all the way around. I've done quite a bit of work with it, and I always keep it a brushed motor. I do that only because, even though this one's a brushless, this one's brushed because of how much water I go into. And you know, it's easier on the brushed motors most times during my driving. This one here is my RC 4-wheel drive Trailfinder 2. It is the one that goes with that blue body right there. But I did change it to a puller truck and a K5 Blazer that was painted by my friend Bill. What an awesome job he did on the rust, the orange, the colors, the sanding, the scuff marks. It all really goes well. Hey, Captain Spaulding. Puller truck slash trail truck. More built for power pulling though. I'm waiting on HD gears so I can put them into the differentials because I blew both diffs. This one was a beautiful custom job done by somebody online. Again, just a random guy that was selling his truck because he wanted to get into a different project. And he did such a good job that I didn't want to see it go away. And so I always thought I'd have it on the show. I haven't yet because it's in mint condition. There we go. There's the Judge. Another amazing work of art by David Jr. and his family. Another thing that we had planned out, saying that we'd love to use it for the tough truck competitions. And so there it is. After the jobs and discussions we did, he did a bang up job and we've used it for many years in a row. Here we go. These two were sent to me by AR Racing. It's an Italian company that sent out these quarter scale bikes. Again, here's an iPhone for comparison. The bike is very, very large. It has an e-gyro in the back, and Everett and I use these. We wish we could have used them more this summer, but the problem is that it rained so much where we lived. It was a record rainfall this year, so most of the time the tracks were just soaking wet and you can't use them. But regardless, the good things about these are they fly, they take huge abuse, and we had a blast using them all the time. Down here, dun, 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 one of my favorite rigs as well. I did chop the back of this D90 Defender. I love the tires that I have. The front bumper, all this stuff was RC 4-wheel drive. I believe the D90 was sent to me by RC 4-wheel drive for me to put it together. And I also worked with Tekin at the time to show off the product that's in there. There we go, Sylvester Stallone and Arnold, the Expendables. I actually went went on to eBay and I got those guys at a pretty good price. I can't remember, but they're just action heroes I put in there. The body for the beast that's been converted over to the mega mud truck. Well, you guys have seen that already. The Mudstang. Might as well show you right now since I'm talking about it. That was a hard body clodbuster, but here's the Mudstang. I might as well just end off the video on this one right here. The Mudstang finally got some wheel wideners on the inside, so it does have quite a nice wide stance now. You can see, kind of shows it like it's on an angle. It's just the camera angle though. There we go, monster Mudstang. Here, I'll turn it around for you. Limiting straps on the back, huge suspension, right? So you guys have seen this maybe in recent videos, I don't know. Maybe you're tuning in for the first time. So this is a rig that I have that I run on dual motors as well, an RX-8, but we'll get more into that in the future. And there you go, my friends. You have a partial look at my collection. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's video. It gives you a better insight. If you guys have been noticing that you haven't been getting our subscriptions showing up on your subscription page, please go to our homepage, which is youtube.com/DJMedic2008, or just click on my name below and it'll take you to the page. On the subscribe button, right beside it, there's a little bell. Click that bell. Click on the option for you to receive all updates, and then you won't miss any more RC adventures from us. So the best thing YouTube's been able to tell us to do is to let you guys know that that exists. So there you go. I let you know. I may mention it again in the future. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. I've got a few surprises coming your way. I want to keep the show a little bit more fluid, and I'd like to give you a little bit more feedback on what I think has been going on over the last little while on RC Adventures. Guys, thanks a lot. I really appreciate you tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.